It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history. There were lots of graves, some as recent as late Victorian. It looked like the locals had carried on using this place as a cemetery long after the destruction of the church. No way were we leaving until the mystery was solved. The gate, like a lot of the church grounds, was in pretty good condition. I guess the locals tried to stop it getting too overgrown. A large arch led into the tower. A large arch. I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move. The stone face of the demon grinned with a horribly lifelike expression. It was so realistic, I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model. Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face. It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes. Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be important. A clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone in Stalin to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
Perhaps it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
It was a heap of stones and stuff which had tumbled down from the rafters. I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem. Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age. It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top. The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it. The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing. The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand. Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle. The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket. With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place. With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
What do you think you're doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
I pushed the pen top into the mouth, and it disappeared somewhere inside the statue. It had probably gone straight to Biro hell. Sometimes the most childish gestures can have a cathartic effect. The transformation of the demon to a clown did just that for me. I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn. Nico?
Uh-huh.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet? The powder spilling from the barrels reminded me of pirate stories I'd loved when I was a kid. It was gunpowder.
No, George!
What?
Leave the torch right where it is. In case you haven't noticed, the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No? You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, George, and keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting. Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for?